What's going on, boys? I got the MLB picks for you for Monday, July 7th. Now, before I get into anything, if you boys could drop a like and subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. Obviously, helps me out a ton, so I'd really appreciate any of you guys that go and do that. Now, obviously, last thing before I get into it, I do have that code on Chalkboard. It's going to be SBL as always. I love Chalkboard. I tell you guys this every single video. If you guys have not gone and checked out Chalkboard, what they're doing over there is absolutely sick. So if you guys do want to go download that Chalkboard app and throw in that code SBL when you're signing up, you're going to get all their free plays for every single sport every single day, as well as a 100% deposit match up to $100 in all these green states right here, and a deposit match up to 50% in all the purple states. So if you guys go download the app and throw in my code, I can get you guys some free picks every day, and obviously some extra cash when you guys do decide to deposit whatever amount of money you want. So obviously, if you guys go download the app, it would help me out. It'd help you guys out. So win-win for both of us. Obviously, what that deposit match means is they just match whatever your deposit is up to $100. So if you throw in $100, you get a free 100. Turn that 100 into 200 by doing literally nothing. So that is absolutely sick. Let's pop over here to Prize Picks. Let's get our plays going. Before I actually throw in those plays, a little recap for yesterday's video. Ronald Acuna did not play, so that play was wiped, unfortunately. Jose Ramirez did absolutely nothing, which is what we thought he would do, so he went under. That cashed. Awesome. And then the third play that we had, absolutely heartbreaking, boys. The Cubs put up 11 runs. They won 11-0, and we took St. Louis's starting pitcher under or over hits allowed at 5.5. They won 11-0, and the Cardinals starting pitcher allowed 2 hits. So I don't really know what's going on over there in St. Louis, but their relief pitchers apparently are super bummy, but whatever. We're just going to move on to this video. Obviously, that means we went 1-1 yesterday, so 50%, not bad, but obviously Acuna not playing. We only had 2 plays in, so I would like to do a little bit better when we only have 2 plays, but that's what today's video is for, so let's hop into it really quick and stop babbling on. Our first pick is going to be Bobby Witt. We are taking him over 8.5 hitter fantasy score. Now, clearly, he has been doing amazing. He's been going off 19, 12, 15, 14. He is sitting in double digits very consistently, which I love that, obviously. But the reason that I like this so much is he is playing against Haney tomorrow, and against him, he has gone 2 for 4 at-bats with 1 strikeout and 1 walk. So on base 75% of the time against this dude. I absolutely love those numbers right there. And obviously, one of those times was a walk, but hitter fantasy score accounts for walks, so really not too worried about that. Other than that, like I said, obviously his history last 5 games, super solid. But on top of that, just the pitcher he's playing against, he has been historically very solid against him as well. So I'm super confident about that being our first play. Now, our second play I've got for you guys is going to be Jose Barrios. Now, we took him over his Goblin on 4.5 pitcher strikeouts. Now, I don't really like feeding you guys Goblins that much just because the payout's not super great. However, I wanted to take advantage of the fact that the White Sox can't hit to save their lives. So, and obviously, if we back out here, Jose Barrios did not, it didn't show it, but whatever. Jose Barrios only has Goblins up, so there's that. But yeah, so obviously 5 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, 3 strikeouts. 3, not the best. Obviously 1 against St. Louis, pretty bummy. But the reason I like this so much is because against the White Sox in his career, he has been averaging 6.1 Ks per game against the White Sox specifically. So obviously averaging 6 Ks. I give you guys these plays a lot. All he has to do is have an average game against the White Sox, and this cashes. So that is absolutely awesome right there. Now, on top of that, the last game that he played against them this year, he had 5 strikeouts, which is a little bit closer to the line than I would like, but obviously 5 strikeouts does cash it for us, so I'm really not too worried about that. Super happy with that being our second play. And our third and final play I've got for you guys for tomorrow is going to be Christopher Sanchez. We are taking him over 5.5 pitcher strikeouts. Now, obviously, hasn't been doing the greatest. However, 11 against Houston is a huge number for strikeouts. That's awesome. 9 against Pittsburgh is also very solid. But the reason I like this one so much is because his last 3. He's played San Francisco 4 times in his career, and the last 3 being the most recent ones. He had 6 Ks, 7 Ks, and then the time he played them this year, he had 12, which obviously 12 is a lot of Ks for one game. So he plays pretty solid against San Francisco, especially this year in particular. He had I want to say he allowed like 4 or 5 hits and 12 Ks, which is amazing, obviously. So like I was saying, kind of with Barrios, this dude is averaging over his line. So again, all we need him to do is have an average game, and that cashes. So super happy with those 3 plays right there. To recap those 3 plays for you guys super quickly, obviously Bobby Witt, more than 8.5 hitter fantasy score. He gets on base 75% of the time against the pitcher he's playing against. So super pleased with that. Our second one was Jose Barrios, over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts on that Goblin. He averages 6.1 a game against the White Sox, so cannot be too upset with that. Again, one of those guys that's just, if he has an average game, he cashes for us, which is awesome. And speaking of that, our last third and final play is going to be Sanchez, more than 5.5 pitcher strikeouts, just like Barrios. If this guy has an average game, he cashes for us. So super pleased with those 3 guys right there. Obviously 5x, so if you guys want to just throw this in a 3-man, have at it. If you guys want to split these up and throw in your own plays, be my guest. I don't really care. Up to you guys. But those are 3 plays I've got for you. Super confident in these 3 plays right here. Other than that, obviously VIP picks and chalkboard, those 2 links are going to be down in the description as always. But other than that, I've got nothing more for you guys. So I love you boys. I will see you tomorrow.